Sitting down here in the Man Cave Studios again, and went out today. I went to a tractor supply company, and I bought myself a ton of this number 16 jack chain. So, just by saying the words jack chain, I guarantee you 99.9% of you already know what I'm about to show you. I have chained up the mashers that were on the Wraith. Went ahead and put the stock wheels back on that. But I've gone ahead and I've chained all 4 tires on my SCX. Now we're working on this one here. This one's a little different because this one has HPI rock grabbers. But judging by the profile of the sidewalls, the rock grabbers have the same size outer as the mashers do, so we're going with a 20 link to go around the outside, and then to run across the spacing. My last spacing was every 5 links. This one I'm gonna probably end up taking every 4 links, separating, and then tying it across. But I do mine a little bit differently than I've seen other people's do it. Other people's? Yeah, people's. I'm speaking in big words now, people's. I'm going to show you guys how I do it. A little bit different. Set you guys down here. That way I can get a good view too. Alright, we got both of our links are right here. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to try 4 links on this one. So, luckily with this 16 jack chain, it's really easy. Just take a pair of needle nose, bend it out, and you've already got your cross link, and it looks like 4 links is going to be just enough to tie it in nice and tight on that one. So, how I do it is, since there's 20 links, I'm going to go ahead and cheat a little bit now since I've got the chain out, and I know I'm going to need quite a few links to start off with. I'm going to go ahead and make a few of these crossbars first. Then I'm going to go ahead and install them on and make the ladder frame of the chain itself. So we just flare the edges, count our lengths. Now, not all tires are the same. Some are bigger than others, so they're going to require larger chains. Some tires are going to take smaller chains. There's another section that's pulled out. About like 40 feet of it. It was only 49 cents a foot. So it's real cheap. Real cheap chain to get, and I haven't tested it yet, but I have seen other people have used the same jack chain. I believe they use the same number 16 instead. I know there's a thicker one, like a 14, which that may work good, but it may be a little bit bigger and bulkier, because I know on your front wheels, it's going to be a little different because of the fact that you have to deal with your steering bars that are on there. So it does make a little bit of a difference, but since I've gone ahead and I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, well, I might as well make it an even 10 because I never like working with odd numbers. Alright, we've got 10 of these small little chains. Next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in here, and since I know I've got 20 links for that, I'm going to go to the 10th link. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I'm going to tie on to the 10th link of this chain. I'm going to hook it. Let's crimp it back down. And then we're going to go, same thing on this one, go to the 10th link. Okay, so here's our 10th link here. Hook our piece in, crimp it down, and as you see, you've got the starting of that. So now I'm going to go probably every 5 or 6 links just to get one here. I'll have 5 links put on, then I'll go ahead and put it on the tire. I'll throw it on the tire, wrap it around, connect the ends to each other, and then start pulling in the slack on each ends and go from there. So I'm going to just do the first 5 here, then I'm going to cut the clip and we're going to go to actually putting it on the tire itself. So we're going to space these out, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Actually, we're going to go every 4. 5's a little too much of a gap. It took me a while with the first set because it was the first time I've ever done it. But as you go, it gets a lot easier to do. And by the time I was already working on the back tires for the other SCX, I flew through them in a heartbeat. Hook that one in. Crimp. Drop that one in. Sometimes you gotta manipulate the chain because it starts kinking and twisting. Alright, so we got 3. Now I'm gonna just go ahead and put 2 more in. See, that's the problem with jack chain. Sometimes it likes to twist up like that, so you gotta untwist it. Stick this one in. Get that done. 1, 2. This one's actually gonna be a little bit. Get these spaced out right. That jack chain is going to go into this one. I'm going to crimp this one, if it'll let me. Like I said, sometimes it'll fight you. It's usually best just to hold it like that to crimp. So we've got that one in. Now we're just going to go over here to the opposite end and do the same thing. Go into the last link before the actual tensioner piece. Crimp this one down, and vice versa on the other side. Deal with the twisted jack chain again. And go ahead and tie into this one here. Alright, so now you guys got the idea. We've got a ladder frame basically. So now that I've done that one, I'm going to go ahead and clip this here, and then we're just going to go into the next shot. So next shot will be on the tire and we're putting it together. Alright, we've got the tire pretty much wrapped on now. You just got to go through here and there's a little bit of tweaking involved, going back and forth and back and forth. As you can see, the tire all the way around so far has your base loops in it. Now we're going to start taking our individual loops and going in between each one of our existing links. And now this is all personal preference. You can put as many jack links in as you want or as little. or I should say as few as you want. So now basically with these HPIs it's a little bit harder to chain because it's going to deform the tire a little bit, but now as you can see it's going to start taking a pattern. So we just repeat the process over here, grab another link, space it out in the center. I think what I'm doing is actually a 4-bar space. Now, I don't know if you guys can notice it, but I can. It's actually pinching the tire and deforming it a little bit, which that's okay with me, because honestly, I really don't mind if it pinches. I can get that slotted in there, right? This chain likes moving around a lot. It's all about getting the links twisted the right way. Get that fed in there. Now taking them off is a lot easier than putting them on. Now obviously you can see this one, we've got a big spacing in between it, so we're going to do a double one on it. I'm going to put one in here. Spin the tire back around. Sorry, I had to pull it out of view for you for a second. Oh wow, look at that. Sometimes you run into a problem, it pinches the tire. So what we're going to do to correct that is we're going to get this link pulled back out. And obviously since a 4 link on that one's not big enough, we're going to have to improvise and we're going to have to make the custom 5. So we just go back over here to our chain. Go to our 5th link, cut and bend. Back into the same process again. Just it's almost like crocheting with metal. Instead of using a needle, we're using pliers. There. Now that I've done that one, you can see it didn't really deform the tire. Plus you squish it around, roll it back and forth a little bit to get some action on it. That's fixed that problem. Now we're just going to go in here and add another jack link. Yeah, we're going to have to start using 5s on these. The main ones are going to be 4s, but your outers are going to be 5s. Luckily this is just the first tire, so now I know what to expect. My main ladders are going to be 4, and the rest of them are all going to be 5s. We've done that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Take our 5th link. Tighten that up. Go back to our area where we need another chain, which is right here. Now, I don't know about the use of these in mud, but I imagine it'd give you some pretty darn good traction. Okay, so we've got that one on. That one's chained up good enough for me. So now, move these jack links out of the way. We come over here to the actual truck. Get our wheel line back up. Always make sure if you've got your little wheel spacer, make sure that goes back in, otherwise you're going to run into problems big time. Now I personally do not like super tight chains. I like them to be a little loose, because I always know when I've driven a truck with chain tires, you want a little bit of slop in them, but there you go, guys. That's pretty much how I run my, oh man, I need a better tripod, big time. That's basically how I chain my tires up now. And as you can see, there's no interference with the steering bars. So now I just got to repeat process 3 more times. And I've got that done. And then if I have leftover chain, I'm going to be making some recovery chains, which you can see my chain goes down, 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 keeps going across the floor, way over to there. So I've got plenty of chain left to do this. But that pretty much wraps it up, guys. Don't forget to rate, comment, subscribe, share your videos. This is Man Cave Media signing off.